All right, so we have the container set, but we have a huge problem. I mean, huge problem. Our containers are not fully sitting on their foundation, and I will show you what I mean. So, as you can see, the right side is barely on the pillar. We have to figure out how we're going to fix this issue. It should be sitting in the center. It is barely sitting on there. So as we go back here to the back, it's the same way. Now the good thing is that they are on there and the columns are holding. So the cement is holding it up. That one's pretty good. But as you can see, once again, in the back, the right side is barely sitting on the container. It's barely sitting on there. And then this column is supposed to be the support for a steel beam going up through into the kitchen. It is not fully under the container. We can deal with the gap, because you can always add an extra piece of cement. But this is the other side. Yeah. We have a column that's not even under the container at all. It is supposed to be under there, and a steel beam is supposed to go up through and be built in the wall. Same way with the back. It's a little bit better, but of course, once again, it's barely touching the column. And this back one, middle one, is not touching and not in the right spot. It should be further underneath there. So let's go to the front of this last container, and you can see the same issue. This one's not bad. It's actually on there pretty good. But this corner here on the left side is barely sitting on the column. So can't tell you right now how we're going to fix this. They are in place, but we have to figure something out in order to make sure that we're structurally sound. All right, so wanted to take a quick moment to talk about our foundation problem. So we did not measure correctly. There is we did 8 feet when we probably should have did 7.5 feet apart. And now, as you can see in the video, our containers are barely sitting on the edge, in 2 corners on one and then 2 corners on the other one. So we're going to use some steel beams and fix that problem. If you want to tell them a little bit about that.
Sure. What we're going to be doing on the corners that are barely hanging on, that need a little more overhang, we're going to be using some 1/4 inch thick 4-inch square tubing, probably about 1 foot long. Going to clean up the side of the containers, brush it off so that I can get a nice weld, and we'll be welding those on the side to give it some more coverage over the footing, just so that we know that they'll be a little more secure, along with going through the process of leveling up the whole container overall.
And so in our next video, you'll see a little bit of that, and then as well as we'll start framing the inside of the one container that we're going to make livable. So that's it for now. As like always, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you can get notifications of our next videos. Anything else?
Feel free to share the videos with your friend. Hey YouTubers, check out our video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. On our container home project, we ran into a snafu. Our foundations are a little off. Using some measurements and some angles, they weren't quite right, and they didn't measure out exactly how we thought it. And then, like they say, hindsight's 20/20. We actually measured them to be 8 feet on center, and we probably should have measured them to be a little less, like 7.5 feet on center. And then basically cut off about a foot on each measurement. That way the container sits on the pillars to where the pillars are not overhanging too much outside the container. But don't forget, like and subscribe. Check out the link to our Patreon page where you might see videos of exclusive deleted bloopers. Over and out. You said for 10 seconds.
It's been 15 seconds.
I thought you were going.
You said you wanted to talk.
I am. I'm just going to chime in.
All right.